Okay, Aaron, keep it together. You can do this. Hello, boys and girls and students. It's me, Aaron Cohen. I'm here to tell you about the events of Perek Yud, chapter 10 of Chumash Vayikra. What's that you say? Yeah, I'm not exactly so happy today. This chapter is not such a exciting chapter for me. You see, in Perek Yud is the story about the death of the two sons of Aaron, my two sons, and they passed away. And it's pretty sad. Well, it all began when my two sons, Nadav and Avihu, decided to enter into the Heichal, the building of the Mishkan, on the 8th day when we were making the special sacrifices to dedicate the Mishkan. They were so excited that they brought a fire pan full of their own ketoret, which they were not commanded to do. They were unauthorized. And, well, it's not a very pretty picture, as you can see behind you over here. A fire came out from Hashem and went straight into their nostrils. And the fire consumed their souls. Their bodies were not burnt, but their souls were taken back up to Hashem. And at that time, the Torah records, Vayidom Aharon, I, Aharon, was silent. I did not say anything. I did not say anything because I respected Hashem, our God's decision. And I was rewarded for this. The reward was that right afterwards, hey, I wasn't thrilled exactly that my two sons passed away, but I realized that it's all from Hashem. And right away Hashem rewarded me by coming personally and speaking to me. This is one of the only times that it says Vayedaber Hashem el Aharon. Instead of saying Vayedaber Hashem el Moshe, here, Vayedaber Hashem el Aaron, God spoke directly to me, Aaron, and revealed to me 3 new halachot, 3 new laws for my children, the Kohanim, for all times. Let me tell you about those halachot. Well, the first halacha is that somebody who is in mourning, and when they're in the mourning, they have long hair, may not go to serve in the holy temple. Not allowed. Okay? Because that is a sign of mourning, and we do not allow someone who's in a sign of mourning to go into God's temple. Also, another sign of mourning is tearing one's clothes. So somebody, a Kohen, who's got some torn clothes, may not go in to the temple to serve. Now, by the way, this was very important for us to know, because I and my sons were thinking of doing the Jewish custom of mourning for Nadav and Avihu, but God told us that since we have to serve, we may not grow our hair long, and we may not tear our clothes in mourning. Also, God commands that a Kohen may not do the service while he is intoxicated. So if you're a Kohen, and you're a little drunk, no going into the temple to do the avodah, against the law. And the third law that God gave me at that time was telling me that when we are in the temple service, we're not allowed to leave the courtyard area, not allowed to leave the temple area while we are there on duty serving Hashem. So here's a temple courtyard. I'm not allowed to leave and go outside for a walk. So the 3 halachot that God told me were not to go with long hair or torn clothes, or to leave the temple courtyard, or to go in while intoxicated. And finally, at the end of this chapter, there was a really interesting story. One of the only times my brother Moshe got a little angry. And Moshe got upset because, you see, he saw that the special goat of the sin offering, which was supposed to be eaten, was totally burnt. And Moshe came over to my 2 sons, 2 remaining live sons, Elazar and Itamar, and Moshe said, hey, what is the reason? First Moshe asked it in a way trying to figure out maybe that there was a good reason. So he said maybe the sin offering became impure or taken outside of the boundaries of the temple. My sons did not reply to Moshe because I was standing there and Moshe did not want to embarrass me, so he asked them. But I replied, Moshe, my brother, don't you see, how can I eat this offering if such a sad event happened today? I am in the status of an onain, of somebody who their dead relative has just passed away and they may not do mitzvot. So I don't think Hashem would be too pleased with me for eating this offering in sadness today. Ah, my brother Aaron, you are correct. Moshe replied to me, you know, one thing I like about Moshe, he really taught me a lesson. You know, whenever you get angry, sometimes if you make a mistake, be a man and apologize. I felt really good that Moshe apologized and Moshe took it back and he was calmed down and he admitted that I had a good point. That was very manly of him, and it's a lesson for all of us to learn in our life. Sometimes we make mistakes, you know. Well, anyway, the rest of the service was done. Elazar and Isamar completed the rest of the service on the 8th day. That's all I've got to say. Thank you very much for listening to this chapter. Thank you very much, Aaron HaKohen. That was very good. And now we need to have a silly memory story to remember the events of this chapter. Okay, first of all, this chapter is chapter Perek Yud, which is chapter 10. Chapter 10 does not rhyme with toes. So why is the word toes written over here? Well, now, students, we're going to introduce you to a new concept in our memory system, and that is that for the rest of the memory system is no more rhyming. It's going to be a secret code. And the secret code is going to work as follows. The secret code is going to be that letters, which are not vowels, are going to be replacing numbers. Okay? So if there's a vowel, like A, E, I, O, U, it doesn't count. So let's cross it out. No vowels. And we have left numbers. We have letters which are supposed to represent numbers. So what is the T and what is the S representing? I'm going to teach you each letter as we come up to it so you don't get confused. The T actually is a secret code for 1. As you can see over here, the T has a long straight leg which can remind us of a 1. And the S comes from the same place on the mouth as the 0. So when we say toes, that S is really in place of the 0, and it makes the similar sound of the lips Z or S. And in this case, toes or 0. So we have 1 and 0 equals 10. That's why chapter toes is really chapter 10. Also, there happens to be 10 toes on the human body. Anyway, back to our system. So, in chapter 10, which rhymes with toes, which does not rhyme with toes, the secret code for toes, we need to have a silly story with toes. Well, it all began, first in the beginning of chapter toes, that Nadav and Avihu passed away, and they died. Oh no, Nadav and Avihu died. Quick, I see their toes lying in the Mishkan there. Oh, drag them out by their toes. Ah, the bodies are being taken out by their toes. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Ah, oh my gosh, drag their toes out of here. They passed away. Oh no. Okay. Aaron, I want to teach you some laws. Oh, yes, Hashem. Whoa, Hashem is talking to me. Oh, I stubbed my toe. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I got so excited that Hashem is talking to me. I just stubbed my toes. Oh, sorry, Hashem. Sorry, Hashem. Aaron, you must know the 3 laws. That if somebody has long hair or torn clothes, they may not enter into the Bet HaMikdash. How would somebody get long hair or torn clothes? Well, it could happen like this. I'm about to go into the temple and... Ow! Oh, I stubbed my toe! Ouch! Boing, 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 boing! Hey, do not enter into the temple! You have long hair and long toenails! Out with you!
Okay, I'm about to go into the temple to do the work. Oh! I stubbed my toe on a wine bottle! Ouch! Ah! I tore my clothes on that cork! Ah!
Sir, you cannot go into the temple because you have torn clothes.
Oh, I might as well get intoxicated. Oh, now I can't go into the temple because I'm intoxicated and my toes are torn. Oh, what should I do? I guess I'll just go play with my friend over there with the long hair. Boo! Oh, you stepped on my toe. Ow, 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 ow.
Okay, boys, quiet down over there. What's with all these people getting toe injuries? Anyway, all of a sudden, Moshe Rabbeinu comes along, and Moshe Rabbeinu walks in to see what's going on in the temple. Oh, I am so angry! I stubbed my toe! This is ridiculous! Aaron, it's all your fault! Hey, I stubbed my toe on a sin offering which was not eaten. Why isn't this sin offering eaten? You should have eaten it. No, Moshe, it was because I was in mourning. Ah, yes, my toes are feeling better right now. I understand. Good job, Aaron. Good judgment. I was wrong. And of course, that was a silly story really in Perek Yud, which is chapter 10, which does not rhyme with toes, but that's our secret code. The main thing that really does happen is that Aaron's two sons, Nadav and Avihu, pass away. They're given 3 warnings not to enter the temple with long hair or torn clothes, and not to leave a temple during their service, not to perform the service while intoxicated. And when Moshe gets angry at Aaron for not eating the sin offering, Aaron explains that it was because he was in mourning for his 2 dead sons. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, this chapter has nothing to do with toes. That was only a silly story.